Hey folks, I hope you are all well. It is day 4 of my 100 days of vlogging and it is Sunday. And today I want to talk about business books, or more specifically self-help books for not just people in business, I suppose, but people that are, just for your day-to-day help, really, to get you through any struggles that you're having. Me, I'm not one for self-help types of books. The ones that are always be positive, get up at 4 a.m. and get a great start to your day, um, turn lemons into lemonade, fart rainbows, that kind of stuff. That abject positivity just makes me actually feel negative and it turns me off. So I'm not one for self-help books. So when they're recommended to me, I tend not to take up that recommendation. So um, when Dan Norris, Dan is a very successful entrepreneur, lives in Australia, runs a company called WP Curve, who gives support to people with WordPress websites. He has a successful community called 7 Day Startup, and he also, luckily for him, owns part owner and runs a brewery called Black Hops. And Dan was talking about a friend of his, Mark Manson, who had written a book, and he said, this book's going to be great. You need to pre-order it. And I was like, right, yeah, okay, whatever. And then Dan kind of gave the title of the book, and I'm one for literally judging a book by its cover or an album by its artwork. And so the book is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I thought, yeah, that's interesting. And so based on Dan's sort of word, I bought the book. Well, I bought the audio version of the book because I tend to find I don't have much time for reading, or I don't set aside much time for reading. So I thought I'd get the audio book so I can listen to it whilst I'm walking around. So yeah, today I just want to give you a very quick review of the book, and how it's kind of maybe affected me in my day-to-day stuff. Now, I suppose I should say maybe about sort of 2 to 3 months ago, I decided that I was getting myself far too stressed out with work and day-to-day stuff, because I was stressing about anything, the smallest of things and the biggest of things, and it was just getting me tied up in knots. And when I'm stressed, I can't be creative, and it was really affecting my work, and it was affecting everything at home as well. I was just really finding it tough. So I suppose this book kind of came along at the right time. Now, the good thing about this book is that it's absolutely hilarious. I found it really, really funny. Mark is really good at getting across his point, but in really funny ways and ways that you can really relate to. He doesn't kind of pull any punches with it, and I've caught myself laughing out loud walking along the road listening to this book. Now, it's not Mark that reads the audiobook, it's a voice actor or whatever you call them. He's to read the book, but the guy reads it really well, and it really kind of draws you into the book. And the reason that I really like this book is that it's not one of those ones that says you have to be positive all the time or whatever. Mark's kind of point is that you really need to stop giving a fuck about everything and really just give a fuck about the stuff that matters. So he's not saying, just don't care about anything. What he's saying is you need to care about the stuff that really matters to you, and the other stuff just doesn't, it really just doesn't matter. It's not going to make a massive difference to you or anyone else's life, so don't stress about it too much. And I really liked that about it. I liked that it wasn't sort of be positive all the time, always be positive, always do this. but it isn't. It's hard for me to kind of. I've never really reviewed a book before, and that's kind of why this one's had a big impact on me. I actually, legitimately do feel a lot less stressed out since reading this book. Um, I was sitting the other day and I'd mentioned to a few people that I was feeling pretty calm, and I thought, what have I forgotten to do? What project am I completely missing? What have I missed? Because I've not felt this calm for ages. And I looked into it, and nope, everything I'd caught up with. Work was going fine, nothing, no mad deadlines coming up, and I just thought, what it is. It's I'm not certain things that would have really stressed me out before don't stress me out anymore because I'm not giving a fuck about it. Um, and the more I think about it, the stuff that I was getting stressed about was really, really stupid. Really stupid. It wouldn't, it wasn't life threatening. Nobody was going to die, but the way I was treating it was that way. That it was really, it was like life and death important. Um, but the books, I would say the first half of the book is the best bit. It's really sort of fast and punchy, and then the second half of the book he kind of goes into he sort of moves into summarizing other sort of theories on how you can be less stressed and not give a fuck. But the first half, is really good, and that pulls you in, and I think that gets you going enough that you will, stick with the rest of the book. I don't think it's going to be for everyone, especially if you don't like swearing. But I think even if you don't like swearing, I think you really need to give it a chance, because I think the way he talks about problems and how you can get around them. One of the things I found interesting was that by he said that by being positive all the time can actually be a negative, and by being negative about some things can actually turn into a positive. And I found that not be I suppose, yeah, when he says not being negative, basically, by not giving a fuck about some stuff, it can be have a positive effect on your life. And the past 3-4 weeks, where I've really kind of taken that on board and went, nope, I don't give a fuck about that anymore. That's not a big thing. It's not a big deal. There are things that I need to look at and care about and put my efforts and energy into that. Money being one of them. Money was a big stress lever for me. It's going to be hard for me to for that not to be, but I'm definitely better with it. I was stressing because money was a bit tight in the business, and I thought, you know what, you're not helping yourself by being so stressed out about it. So fuck it, don't worry about it. It'll sort itself out. Stuff will come in. It'll be fine. And as soon as I took that mentality of it, lots of work came in. Lots of little jobs came in that I could turn around quickly. It boosted my finances again. Everything's looking great for the next couple of months. It's just and it's you could say it was a coincidence, but I'd like to think it's not. I'd like to think it's because I'm much more relaxed about stuff, and I'm looking more at the things that need to be done, and the things that don't need to be done, they'll sort themselves out. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and it's by Mark Manson. Go check it out. You can get it on audiobook, or you can buy a hard copy of it. I probably will buy the hard copy of it, and I probably will read it and mark passages out of it, because you can't really do that with an audiobook. It's sometimes good to kind of get little markers in and stuff for phrases that mean a lot to you. But it's really, really helped me. And I think if you're like me in that you care about everything, you don't want to hurt anything, you want everybody to be great, and to the detriment of yourself, really. You care so much about everything that you're the one that suffers because of it. Read this book. You won't become an uncaring git by reading this book. You'll actually become I think you'll become a better person because you'll care about the right things. You'll be less stressed. You'll be less grumpy. Not being grumpy for me can be quite hard. Ask some people around me. I'm quite the grump at times, but I'm hoping that these things will change. Moving into, I spoke about it yesterday, 2017. I'm super excited for because I've got a lot planned. And this book has come along at the right time for me. It's set me on the right mentality, the right path. And there's a lot of things I'm not going to give a fuck about in 2017. And there's a lot of things I will give a fuck about. And it will be all for the better to me, my business, and to those around me. So that's today's vlog. That's a 10-minute one. Thanks for listening. And I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be shifting some stuff out of the office as part of the office move. So I might do the vlog before early in the day, or I might just leave it till later on in the evening. But check out the Pixels Inc. Facebook page to keep up to date with these videos. And I am also uploading them to my Pixels Inc. YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Pixels Inc. So you can check them out there. And until then, stay creative, folks, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye.